All right, Fido Bull guy, active on YouTube today. What I wanted to talk about was something not related to the video games we're playing, but related to the NFL free agency that's going on, from what I've read. The diva Baker Mayfield is interested in being traded, and then in turn, Deshaun Watson turned down the Browns, which is not a surprise, but then I think his agent probably called him and said, "Hey, do you realize how many numbers they're guaranteeing you?" So they guaranteed him over 200 million guaranteed throughout the life of the contract. He said yes. So then the Browns traded 3 number 1 picks for Deshaun Watson. That pretty much leaves Baker Mayfield out in the cold. They also traded their backup quarterback and signed Jacoby Brissett, I would assume, to cover what should be the consequences of misconduct that the NFL feels they need to lobby upon him. Deshaun Watson, I mean. So where does that leave Baker? So Baker's my favorite player. I would really like to see Baker in a Saints uniform. Might be kind of fun to see him in a Washington, what are they calling themselves now? Guardians uniform. Yeah. The Washington football team is what they should be called. But anyway, Carolina would be an interesting choice, although I don't think Carolina is going to spend the money 2 years in a row. Indianapolis is kind of a boring choice. Might be a shock to his system. Might help him become a better quarterback, less cocky. But at the end of the day, it looks like I'm buying a new Mayfield jersey. The Browns jersey really wasn't really good looking, so I never did buy one. But if he ends up a Colt, wow, that jersey is sweet looking, and I think I'm going to buy it. So anyway, on other news, Juju Smith-Schuster signed a prove-it deal, which is kind of cool, with the Chiefs. I live in Lawrence, Kansas, so my wife's a Chiefs fan, so we got to cover some of that news. It looks like the Packers and the hippie is going to mend fences, and we're going to have Mr. Rogers as a quarterback for the next 3 years for $150 million, which is ridiculous, $50 million a year. How are they going to build around him if he's taking up that much of the salary cap? But that's the same thing to be said for Mahomes next year when his deal kicks in. So kind of ridiculous. Of course, older news, which is the AFC West is just going to flex on everybody. You have Mahomes, you have Herbert, you have Carr, and now you have Russell Wilson. So might be a little fun to watch those teams go at it twice a year for each team. The Chiefs are going to play 6 very hard games. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm curious to see how Cliff Kingsbury kind of works through some of his issues that he's having. Cliff Kingsbury and the Cardinals. Matthew Stafford signed a better deal than Mr. Rogers at $160 for 3 years in an extension. So there's a lot going on in NFL free agency. The draft is coming, so we'll see what happens there. But basically, just want to kind of put my thoughts out there. I think there's a lot of really interesting moves going on. I think the more interesting thing is the NFC North division. You have Cousins, you have Rodgers, you have the young kid at Chicago from Ohio State. Where does that put Detroit? Detroit's still going to keep Goff. That's another landing spot possibly for Baker. I think that would be a terrible idea for Baker. And then where does, Brady coming back? Do you think that's because he had to take his kids to school for a couple of weeks? Anyway, just a joke from my father. I think Brady coming back changes the dynamics in the South, obviously. Jacksonville and their crappiness hopefully doesn't drag that quarterback down. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, isn't that what his name is? Anyway, what happens in Patriot Land? Does Mac Jones step forward in her sophomore year? Are the Jets actually going to get their crap together? It'll be interesting to see. So hopefully this is content that you'll enjoy listening to. This is the kind of content that I want to bring to the Fat Old Bald Guy channel. This is also the content that I'd like to bring to Twitch. We might have just talking segments on Twitch at Fat Old Bald Guy, Twitch TV/Fat Old Bald Guy, Twitter at Fat Old Bald Guy. It's pretty basic. We've rebranded almost everything. We're really excited about what we're doing. Heartbreaker Hill, my wife, is playing Xbox, and she's really enjoying Cold War, and I'm kind of enjoying Cold War. I'm having moments where it's cool, and then I'm having moments where I'm bottom of the charts, and why am I doing this? I'm a complete grinder. I am a Prestige 7, which means that I play the game far too much for as little as I do in a game. But anyway, this is the kind of content that I want to bring to the channel, so I wanted to put this video out there. Fat Old Bald Guy talking about his thoughts about NFL prospects, NFL season coming. Really excited about the rest of the tournament happening. Living here in KU land, Lawrence. KU survived 2 rounds again, so next weekend we get to listen to all the KU fans in my Uber car, because that's what I do for a living, is drive Uber. Stuff it in K-State's face. I'm a K-State alum. My wife is a KU alum. We live in Lawrence, so I take a lot of shit. So anyway, that's another thing we're going to bring to the channel, is kind of an alternate view of Uber drivers, hopefully. There's a lot of interesting things that happen to me, but there's a lot of boring things that happen to me too. So hopefully you'll tune in for all these things. And YouTube, either on YouTube or on Twitch. Give us a follow on the Twitch channel. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Thumbs up if you like this content. Thumbs down if you don't want to hear any more of my rambling about the NFL. And we'll do some more of this content going forward. Have a great day, and thanks for listening. And put your comments down below. Let's see what you think where Baker is going to end up. Have a great day.